Mask on, mask off, now you can see it all.
Cedar and Argan.
Hello, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Cedar and Argan podcast with your host, Morgan. And
Sam.
today, what are we talking about, Sam?
We're talking about a lot of topics. Let's start with the football. Let's talk about the Champions League games.
Yeah, Champions League games. So, did you watch them yesterday?
Yeah, of course I did. It was really interesting. The results were expected, to be honest. Like I actually expected Real Madrid and City and Inter Milan and AC Milan was actually a shock to me.
Really? Bro,
Yeah,
I was surprised by a lot of them.
The only one that surprised me was Napoli, to be honest, because they were in form and like Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia were actually really good players this season. And Napoli are clearly winning the league with big point difference.
Yeah, they're like 70 something points right now, and the gap is scary. Even if they lose like 3 games straight, I don't think anyone is gonna catch up.
Yeah, man, I agree. Like Napoli, they really did a good season this.
Right now they have 75 points. 75 points, and the second in Serie A is Lazio, and they have 61 points.
Yup, that's
So you see the difference? That's a
big
lot.
difference.
How much is that? I'm really bad at math, so can you tell us?
I'm nearly as bad as you are, but I think that's
Wait,
14 points.
let's
That's
use
14
it
points.
later. 14?
14 points. That's
Yeah.
like more than
Yeah,
4
that's
wins in a row for Lazio, for to win, and then Napoli to lose, so they can kind of catch up. Like 5 wins in a row.
exactly. So that was surprising. I really thought that Napoli would go through, especially because AC Milan are kind of shaky in the
Yeah,
league.
man.
They win some, they lose some, they draw. So I really thought they would go through. But you know what? Another one that really surprised me is Benfica, man. What did you think about that?
Benfica, to be honest, they were playing actually really good. Like in the group stages, if I'm not mistaken, in the group
Yeah.
stages they were actually really good. But I don't know what happened to them when they actually qualified against Inter.
Yeah. Also in the round of 16, they were really good. They were really good. And I really thought they would go through. Why?
Yeah, man.
Because Inter is kind of garbage right now. They're not playing the best,
Inter,
especially in the league. The Inter, yeah, they lost like, I don't know, 3 games straight,
yeah.
something like that. So I thought that Benfica would go through.
To be honest, Inter actually in the round of 16, Inter barely won against Porto, like 1-0 aggregate.
Yeah. 1-0, bro.
Whereas Benfica absolutely smashed Club Brugge 7-1 on aggregate.
You see? So I really thought Benfica would go through. But I was really disappointed, but I'm happy for Inter.
Yeah,
They
same.
have a really good defense. They're good. And last I think, when was the match? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, yeah, for Inter and
The game
Benfica.
Inter and Benfica was
The
on
result
Wednesday.
was
Yeah, it was
3-3.
yesterday.
It was 3-3. So Benfica woke up at last, but it was too late.
Yep.
They scored 3 goals actually.
Yeah, they played a good game yesterday, but it was too late. At least we're going to see a derby, a Milano derby, and in the semifinals, which is going to be interesting as well. The last time that this happened in the Champions League was in 2005 when Milan and Inter met. I saw this
Is it?
fact.
Oh, okay. So I thought that Real Madrid would be facing Inter. That's what I thought. But I've
Well,
just checked the
yeah,
semifinal, and it's Real Madrid versus
versus
Man
Manchester
City.
City. Yeah,
Wow, bro, this is so interesting.
yeah. It's like first time since I don't know a lot that an Italian team will qualify to the finals, like
Yeah, and
potentially win it.
especially AC Milan. When was the last time they were even playing Champions League? A long time ago. I remember many years they were not even playing.
Yeah,
They didn't even qualify. They were getting eliminated from the group stages. And now they're in the semifinals. Wow.
yep. Now Inter, I guess Inter are not going to make it to the Champions League if they stay like this because they're fifth place, so they're probably going to play Europa League. And even Juventus are not are seventh place because of the 15-point deduction and stuff like that.
That was wild, bro. That was really wild. I thought it was a joke at the beginning. Then I checked and I was like, wow, it's for real. How does that
Yeah,
even happen?
financial play. I guess the reason was financial play or something like that, like changing the
Financial fair play, but
financial rules.
yeah, but for who? Who did they buy that's so expensive?
I don't know. All I know is Paul Pogba's just going from Juve to Manchester United all the time. It's like leaving and then
Yeah,
coming back. And
exactly.
and this week many people missed pens. Like Erling Haaland missed a pen, Giroud missed a pen.
Yeah, I saw the Giroud one. He missed it, but I think it was the goalkeeper who was really good. The
Yeah,
Napoli goalkeeper, he really reached for it. It was good.
yep, I agree. Merit was actually pretty decent
It was really,
with
really
that
good.
save. Real Madrid easily qualified versus Chelsea.
Yeah, bro. Chelsea is officially the banter club. Officially, bro. It's the laughing stock of football right now.
Yeah, man. I don't know. They've sacked lots of managers. They've sacked managers for even worse managers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bro, even in the Roman Abramovich era, they used to sack a lot of managers, and can you believe this? They sacked Ancelotti in the tunnel after a game. They sacked him in the tunnel.
Wow, I didn't
Like
know
in the
that.
tunnel. Yeah, bro. It was wow. So I think he must be really happy when he eliminates them.
Yeah, Chelsea. Like I think they're the club with the most brutal sackings ever. Like they sack managers that are actually good. They don't have any patience with their managers.
Yeah, exactly. I think it kind of works for them until it doesn't. In the Roman era, it
Yup.
worked. When he sacked Lampard and brought Tuchel, they won the Champions League. So it worked.
Yeah, that was actually legit. It was a success.
Yeah, and each time they sacked a manager before, they just win something or something good happens. So it worked. But now, is it working? I don't think so.
Yep, it's not working at all.
Yeah, they sacked Tuchel, and then they followed it up with Graham Potter, and then they sacked him. Which brings us to the question: how many managers were sacked in the
I
Champions
think
League? Not the
the Premier
Champions
League.
League,
I think
the
I
Premier
think
League.
that's a record. Like it's the most time per season. 12 managers, 12 fucking managers, man, in one
Wow,
season. Many of them are for the same club.
more than one.
Yeah, Southampton, and Chelsea have sacked more than one manager this season. Two
Wow.
each club.
Can we look at the data? So
Yeah,
Chelsea.
sure. For
Let's start
example,
with Chelsea.
the first manager who got sacked. Okay, we'll start with Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel first got sacked with Chelsea, and then after sacking Thomas Tuchel, they got Graham Potter from Brighton. They actually paid for his release clause, and he came to Chelsea. And then after that, they sacked Graham Potter again for Frank Lampard after he got sacked from Everton as well the same season.
Man, that's wild. 12 managers in total. So Chelsea, they sacked Tuchel, they got Graham Potter, then they sacked him. And Wolves, they sacked Bruno. Aston
Yep.
Villa, they sacked Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard, yeah, Liverpool legend, they sacked him. And then
Yeah,
Southampton sacked Ralph Hasenhuttl. And then Lampard as well got sacked by Everton. And
yeah,
then Jesse March,
Everton.
the,
Jesse
the
Marsh
American
by
coach.
Leeds.
Yeah.
Nathan
Then you
Jones.
got Nathan Jones again from Southampton. Two managers. You know, when you see something in common between Chelsea and Southampton is they're the teams that they sacked more than one manager. Like they sacked two managers. That's because both managers that they got didn't succeed, and you could tell that by Chelsea being a big club and spending a lot and being 11th place right now in the Premier
Yeah,
League, and then Southampton getting relegated, being last place in the Prem. The managers that they signed for the first manager that they sacked, the replacement was also a failure. That's why they sacked the replacement of the first manager.
exactly, bro. The replacements were failures too. All of them. And Tottenham sacked Antonio
Conte,
Conte.
because of some
Yeah,
issues. I last heard that he was talking bad about the team and that they have no passion and that this club doesn't want to win. He went wild.
he was talking shit about the players. Said that the board was spending money and was serious about winning, but the players were not fighting enough. But whatever he said. But
Yup.
that led to his sacking. And also, I think his results at the end were not that impressive. And then he was sick. for a lot of time. He was not even the manager for like a month or
Yeah,
so.
because he got
He was
sick.
just given
Yep.
instruction.
And then Brendan Rodgers got sacked by Leicester because Brendan Rodgers was with Leicester since a long time ago, but this season they're awful. They're really, really
Yeah,
awful.
exactly.
Like they're really bad.
So okay, out of all these manager sackings, which ones do you think worked the best for the club? Which club made the best decision?
Definitely Steven Gerrard from Aston Villa because Unai Emery when he came, he made lots of changes. They're now let me check. Well, I think they're like sixth place or seventh place, something like that.
Bro, that guy's a fucking rock star, bro. He's a rock star. I love that guy. He turned a really bad Ivanin into a good Ivanin.
Good evening. Yeah, man. Yeah, Aston Villa are sixth place right now. They're qualified for the Europa League right now.
Also, the way they play, bro. I watched them and they're really good. Bro, he's a top manager. He's very, very underrated. He should get more respect.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, he won with Villarreal against Man United in the Europa League. Remember that? You're a Man United fan. Tell
Yeah,
us about that.
it was a really good game from Villarreal, to be honest. Uh, Ole
Yeah.
Solskjaer, like he got sacked, of course, but he wasn't doing that bad of a job. He was pretty decent, but Emery was like the better manager, and he actually did a great job on playing against us. And yeah,
Yeah, he also won a lot of things with Sevilla as well. I think he won the Europa League with them. Let me check his transfer market
yeah,
record. Let's see what trophies he won because he's a really good manager, bro. Okay, so we got his transfer market page. So he's a one-time French champion. So he actually managed PSG.
damn, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Wow,
It was in 2017/18.
nice.
And he also won the French Cup twice, French Super Cup twice. And guess what? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to hear this? Are you
Damn.
ready to hear this?
Let me see. Let me hear.
Four-time Europa League winner. He won it four times, bro.
Damn.
With the Villarreal in 2021
Wow.
season. And he won it with Sevilla three times, consecutive times. 2014, 15, and 16 with Sevilla.
Wow.
This is Europa League, bro.
That's more than Manchester United. Like United has only won one Europa League. It was like our last European trophy. It was in 2017.
Yeah.
And then Emery alone has won four.
Bro, he's a rock star, and I think he should be getting more respect than he gets.
He is very underrated.
And you know what? I predict that next season, if they give him the players that he wants, I think he can really take Aston Villa to a really good place, at least fifth or fourth.
Yeah, man.
He has the
I know,
potential
like
to
he
do
could
that.
actually do something with them in the Europa League since they're qualified right now.
I think he can make Aston Villa a competitor for the top four. I
Yeah,
really believe
honestly,
that.
like there is a chance. It's going to be very difficult since he wasn't starting from the beginning of the season, but it's not impossible. Like if many teams fumble and just lose their place, maybe Aston Villa could reach there.
Yeah, and speaking of fumbling, what do you think about Arsenal? Do you think that Arsenal fumbled the league or will fumble the league? What do you think?
Well, there's a big chance. It depends on the game on Wednesday. What do you think about that game? It's Arsenal versus City. It's like the game that basically decides this, like decides the league title. It depends. Well, Arsenal, they've been a lot. They've been shaky a lot this past 2 3 weeks. Like they've been very shaky. They got knocked. Like this month was terrible for Arsenal. They got knocked out of the Europa League. They drew two consecutive games when they were leading 2-0. And City, man, City are very scary. Like City, the past 2 3 seasons, they were.
They've always been scary, but now they're scarier. You know why? Because they got Holland.
Yeah,
They got
they
Holland,
finally
bro.
got a finisher. Yeah, they finally got a replacement. I remember when Aguero left City, and then Pep said, "We cannot replace him. We cannot replace him." Well, they replaced him, and they replaced 10 generations in front, 10 generations to the future, and you still got a best like one of the best strikers in the world, I think, potential.
Exactly, bro. And they've always been scary. They've always been scoring a lot. They've always been like winning 6-0, 4-0 at random. And now they got Holland. They just became really, really scarier, much scarier. And for Arsenal, you
Yeah,
know what? They've been having a really tremendous season. They've been really, really good. But they've always had a defense problem. I always say that. They've always had a defense problem. They've been winning games like 3-2, four
yeah,
three, 4-2 against teams like Nottingham Forest, and teams like that, like lower tier teams, would score against them, which is mind boggling.
yeah.
Their defense is not that good. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, like Arsenal are the type of team that actually concede. Like at the beginning of the season, they were actually good with conceding goals. They were having clean sheets and stuff. But skip to the middle of the season, basically after the World Cup, and then they're conceding a lot. I remember that game very good, where they clutched the win against Bournemouth 3-2 when Nelson, Reece Nelson, just entered the pitch and then entered as a sub, and then he just scored this banger at the end of the
Yeah.
game, and they won 3-2.
And this, this scenario happened a
They
lot.
concede goals like crazy.
This exact scenario of this game happened a lot. What about the one where Jorginho scored the winner? I forgot which game exactly, but Jorginho
Yeah,
saved them. This scenario happened a lot
yeah. There
where
are
they conceded a lot.
many games that are like that.
And you know what? I believe that defense, having a really good defense is crucial to winning trophies and winning the league and doing something
Of course,
significant for the
yeah, I
season.
agree.
When your defense is not that good, you're really in for trouble. You're in for trouble. You can be leading and then you blow it's really bad. So
Yeah, Aston
defense
Villa.
is the most crucial part of being a trophy winning team. And I think Arsenal really have to work on that. And it might be their downfall. It really might be their downfall. It might be why they will fumble the league.
Yeah, honestly speaking, yeah. I remember this game for Arsenal as well, where they nearly fumbled against Aston Villa. I'm not sure if Unai Emery was appointed as boss yet or not, but Aston Villa actually played a good game. They were drawing at minute 61. They were 2-2, and it was all going good. Like Aston Villa were stealing 1 point from the team that's top of the league, and then you remember that Emiliano Martinez own goal when it hit his head and then went
Yeah,
back, and then
that was funny.
yeah, and then he also tried to equalize on the corner in the last minute, and then also Martinelli just went and scored an empty goal because he tried to get it off the corner.
I think defense is really, really important if you want to challenge for titles, if you want to keep leads, if you want to win the league and trophies. It's all about defense. And Arsenal's defense is shaky. So in my opinion, my honest prediction is that Arsenal will fumble the league.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree. I agree.
That's what I honestly think. I don't want that to happen because I don't like seeing City
Yes,
win the league every year. I really hate that. I like diversity and different teams winning. But logically speaking, I think they will fumble. What do you think?
yeah, I couldn't agree that I couldn't agree more. Sorry, I couldn't agree more. I think City are gonna definitely win the league this season. Sadly, unfortunately, because I'm a United fan, and also they've been winning everything in the Prem like the last 3 4 years. So yeah, as you said, I
Exactly,
don't want
bro.
to see that repetition all the time. It's nice seeing diversity. And Arsenal, they were barely qualifying for Europa League, and now they've made a great season. They've played a great season, but they're actually fumbling it all. They're bottling it. So
And some people are saying, oh, if they're second, it's still a win. I don't think so. I don't think so, bro. Being second means nothing if you're trophyless. If you don't win anything, then it means nothing. So if United, for example, if United goes on and wins the Europa League or wins the League Cup or something, it's going to be more significant than Arsenal being second,
yeah,
even if United is fourth.
yeah. United has already won the Carabao
Yeah.
Cup. Yeah, so with that speaking, if Arsenal finish second, I consider myself having a better season than than Arsenal did as a United fan.
So all that, they're gonna be second. No, bro, it's really meaningless. So you either win the trophy, the league, or that's it.
It's either you go big or you go home. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly, bro. But I think even if they fumble, they'll at least have a chance to play Champions League next season.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of Arsenal, did you hear about that Premier League player who turned rapper?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Dide,
Dide?
Dide. I think it's called. His name is Dide.
Let's call him Dide.
Yeah, Dide is actually very talented. I really listen to his music, and I have it on repeat ever since. But who do you think he is? Like, I don't know. It's mysterious. Like, there are many pictures online
I
that
think
surfaced.
I think he's an Arsenal player. That's first. I think he's definitely a player from Arsenal because of some references in his lyrics.
Yeah, like there's this lyric saying, "I'm playing every game like a final, and then we're winning every game. We're winning all the time." Stuff like that. These references. So it's very possible of him to be an Arsenal player. But I've seen like many photos on social media surface of him being Wilfred Zaha because, for example, him having the same keychain, the same telephone, the same
Oh,
phone, mobile, even same necklace. Maybe it's just Nketiah, for example, Nketiah trying to make us think that it's Zaha, but it's actually not
I think
Zaha,
it's
it's
a
him,
strategy
or something like
to
that.
fool the people.
Also, there's this. I think Joe Football, this page who posted about D-Day, it was liked by Patrick van Aanholt. Now he plays in the Turkish league. He's a Dutch football player, but he used to play with Zaha in Crystal Palace, and his flow and everything. Yeah, so of course he's got to be English or like raised
You know, when you
in.
said Zaha, I thought that his accent would be terrible. That because his first language is French, because he's from Ivory Coast. But then you sent me that reel, and I heard his accent. It's really, really good. So he could definitely be this rapper.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in England.
Yeah,
Like maybe
bro.
his whole life he was playing with the under 21s of England
His
or
accent is great,
the
man. His
national team
UK
under
accent is
21s.
good. So he could definitely be this rapper,
Yeah,
no doubt.
and he got good flow as well. I like really love the song, the lyrics, the
Song
flow,
Thrill,
everything.
right? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Thrill, his newest song.
It's good, bro. It's really, really good. Also, we know that he's not a Muslim player because he has biblical references. Psalm 23, biblical, I'm counting my blessings. So I know it's a Christian player.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good shout. That's a good call. Some people are even saying it may be Courtney House, this Aston Villa player. It may be him, but my personal opinion, I think it's either Eddie Nketiah or Wilfred Zaha, and I'm probably going for Wilfred Zaha. I don't know why. Although the lyrics say
I'm
otherwise.
going for Eddie because, even the name D-Day is like a scramble of the letters
Of
of
Eddie,
Eddie.
yeah, I could see
I
that.
think that's my prediction, bro. It's Eddie. That's my prediction.
Yeah, well, it's tough to choose. I'm gonna go for Zaha because I don't know. That's just a gut feeling, but I I find it very logical why you would choose Eddie Nketiah. Like I would say that if it's not that Zaha, I'm 100% sure then
Yeah.
that's Nketiah. He also said that if he gets 50k subs on YouTube, his next video clip would be without a mask. So
You think?
if he gets 50k subs, we could actually see who he is. I can't wait till we find out who he is.
And speaking of music, we love to listen to underrated artists, me and you, right? You always send me.
Yeah, of course. We find these underrated artists, see what they're up to, their music, because they don't get the clout that they deserve. They don't get
Exactly, bro.
this the fame. Like they're very talented and
Yeah.
they have good flow and everything, but
It
they're
really
just like
pains me to
undercover.
see that somebody working really, really hard, and most of the time they're more talented than the popular artists, the commercial ones, the ones that we know.
Yeah,
But sadly, they don't get much clout and they don't really get much attention. Some of them are sizzling though. Some of them got the momentum going and just need a little push. Those are the artists
yes,
that we
that's it.
really fuck with.
Yeah, we try to support them all the time because that's what they need. That's the support that they need. They deserve that 100%.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And on this podcast, we wanted to dedicate a section of it to talk about these up and coming underrated artists, maybe they have a lot of clout, maybe they're just, working on their momentum, maybe they have no clout. But yeah, we want to just dedicate this music section to these artists, review their songs, talk about them, their brand, them as an artist. And I think hopefully it brings light to these artists. It helps a lot of people get familiar with these artists. What do you think about this section?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite sections on this podcast for sure, because you're just giving credit for these artists who are just actually trying their best to reach there, and they're just simply not being able to. You just got to give them the credits that they deserve. They got the good flow, but they just don't got the hype that they deserve. They got everything.
Exactly, bro. I agree with you. And for this episode, can you tell the people which artists we're going to be reviewing for this section?
Okay, we're gonna be reviewing an upcoming artist. She's called Dina Ayada. She's actually Moroccan.
Yeah, she's Moroccan like me,
She's in
man.
Belgium, but she got Moroccan roots.
Just like me, represent. So she is. We looked up some information about her, and it says that she's a Belgian. So I don't know if she just immigrated there, but I would guess that she was born there in the city of Antwerp because it has a lot of Moroccans, especially from the Rif region in the north of Morocco. I would say that she probably is from Nador or Al Husseima, from Rif.
Yeah, that's really really probable.
This city of Antwerp, there are a lot of people from Rif region, so I would guess that she probably is from there. And I wonder if she speaks the Amazigh language from the Rif region. I really
Yeah,
wonder. I'm not sure, but a lot of people from that region do. And they say that she was writing her raps at the age of 12. What do you think about that? What do you
wow,
think, Sam?
very talented. Like not many people get to start young, especially with the flow she has in her song. I've listened to her song; it's actually really good. The flow, the lyrics, everything. Like she's very talented. To be able to start at a young age, that's amazing.
She's 19 right now, so she's still young. She's still very, very
And
young.
she's already starting with the right path. Like she's
Yeah.
already releasing good music. So I can't wait to see more from her.
And her as an artist, I think she already looks established. She looks commercial. Not in the bad sense, like, oh, her music is too commercial. No, 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 that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, her as an artist, she looks polished. I don't know how to put it in words,
Yeah,
but
I get
but she
you.
looks branded. Yeah, she looks like she's ready. She looks like she's ready for fame. She got a brand, she got a style,
Yeah,
she got a good
yeah,
artist
yeah,
name. The stuff that she wears is good. It's like it's branded. Everything is branded. And at 19, that's really, really good. So I fuck with that. That's dope.
yeah. I get you. Yeah, I agree. Like she's very well organized, and she's very like I don't know if it's just her or her manager but they're doing a great job with that, with the branding and with the look and
That's what I
everything.
want to know. Is she signed to a label? Is she independent? But either way, I think that she got a really good brand and a really good artist profile. Because some artists they got good
Yeah,
music, but their brand is really garbage. They really don't have the whole package. But I think she
yeah,
does
true,
when it
man.
comes to her brand and her artist profile. I think that's the whole package.
Yup. Like many artists be wondering, like, why haven't they reached there yet? Why haven't they? They're just because it's like they're missing this spark, this brand that the personality that they have, the character. Like she has a
Yeah.
character that's ready for fame, that's ready for being big. At this small age of 19, at this young, so she's got a lot of potential, and she's ready for the potential that she has to achieve.
Her most popular song is called Popular. It's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's a coincidence. It's a good coincidence.
Oh, that's really good. Speaking things into existence, I guess. But yeah, Popular
Yeah,
is her most popular song on YouTube. It has 141,000 views as of right now.
nice. That's good
And she
numbers.
also has a SoundCloud. And on Spotify, she's bigger on Spotify. On Spotify, she got a lot of clout on Spotify.
Yeah,
She got 150,000 monthly listeners.
damn, that's a lot. That's good.
And on Spotify, her most popular song is actually called Miles Away, and it has 800K as of right now.
Wow, wow, that's nice.
Yes, it's almost a million. So I would say that's the most popular song.
Nice. Get it to a million. Nice. She previewed her new song. She released it on SoundCloud, but she's releasing it. She's releasing it soon. I think on
Yeah,
Friday, the 21st of April. She's releasing it on all platforms. It's called
yeah,
Games.
that's the
It's
song that we're
actually a
gonna be
tune as
talking
well.
about today. That's why we're reviewing this
Yeah,
artist.
it's amazing.
So yeah, the song is
It
called
gives me
Games.
from the title. It gives me like something you know, something to get excited about. Like I'm excited to listen to it, to review it.
Exactly. And what did you think when you just saw the title? What did you think it's gonna sound like when you saw her brand, her artist profile, her style, her aesthetics? What did you think that the song was gonna sound like?
Honestly, I think like she gives a lot of positive energy by her looks and by her profile. You know, so I think it's gonna be like a positive song, a hype song with some, you know, like hype pop. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
like
what I got from her style too. When I saw her energy, her vibes, her aesthetics, I just thought to myself like that Lil Uzi in that in his beginning, Lil Uzi in his beginning with the anime influenced sounds and the hyper pop like Glaive. Those are the vibes that I got just from her style and aesthetics and brand. But then I listened to it and I got that same feel. So her music
yeah,
sounds like she looks. And I like that. I fuck with that.
exactly, same vibes, same vibes. I'm getting the same vibes. Yeah.
So when you heard the song, what did you think? What was your first impression after listening to the song on SoundCloud?
To be honest, it was actually like I felt it like I felt it dance inside of me, like the song, like it actually
It
entered
was
my
hype. It
when it
was
entered
really,
my
really
ear. I,
hype.
I actually felt positive energy. I was like, I was vibing with it so hard unintentionally.
Yeah, me too. I was head bobbing and shit and listening.
Yeah,
It was
same.
really hype, bro. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Like if I know my go-to song, one of my go-to songs, I'm definitely adding to my playlist when I want to get like hyped, or when I feel a bit down and I just want to get hyped, or when, for example, I've got something and I just want to change my mood or something. It's one of my go-to songs, I guess.
Yeah. Also, you know what? I'm gonna be using it for edits. You know, those aesthetic edits and stories and
Yeah,
shit. I think I'm gonna be
yeah.
using it for my stories, for
That's
edits,
actually
for with
really
my
good.
pictures and stuff. That would
Yeah, it would
really
it would
work.
fit the vibe perfectly, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those songs that you use on your IG story. It's perfect for that, I think.
Yup, it would fit. It would fit as well.
So those are the first impressions of what we felt just when we first listened to it the first time. But now let's dive deep. What do we think about the flow, for example? What do you think about it?
The flow is actually good. Like the flow is catchy. You know, her flow is actually good. She maintains a good flow. Like she's actually,
It's catchy. I really, really like
yeah,
the
it's
flow. It's
catchy.
really catchy.
Yeah. Out of 10, how much would you rate the flow?
The flow. I like the part because there are different parts.
Yeah, of course.
There's the flow for the hook, the flow for the verses, and then the second verse. That would be my favorite flow.
Yeah, same. I would agree. The second verse hits hard, man.
Yeah, it hits hard. I fuck with it. So based on that, I would give it an 8 on 10 for the flow.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I would go for an 8 as well.
It's a really good flow, especially for the second verse, man. She was going in, and it was more lyrical too, which brings us to the lyrics. The second
Yes,
verse I
sir.
feel like was more lyrical, even though the whole song is just like a vibe. You know, she's not trying to be Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar or Eminem and just be lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual, criminal in your swimming pool type of, you know, or some fake deep.
Nah, you're the one being lyrical,
But yeah, you know,
huh?
like it's just a vibe. But the second verse was more lyrical than the other.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just a good vibe, you know? And it also gives me Playboy Cardi vibes in a weird way. It's not exactly like Playboy Cardi, but it just gives me that those vibes, those aesthetics.
When I first listened to the song, like the first when I pressed the play button, it definitely directly gave me Uzi vibes, you know, because Uzi isn't that lyrical as well. It's just go with the flow, you know.
Exactly, yeah. But it's like
Yeah,
it's in her own way. She's not copying. She's not getting too inspired from these people. I think she has those vibes, but she's doing it in her own style. And also,
yeah,
since
I
we're
get you
talking
there.
about the
I can see
lyrics,
that
I
actually.
think she's more, she's more intelligible than Lil Uzi. You can hear what she's saying. You can understand what she's saying. It's more clear than Lil Uzi and Playboy Cardi. They're just mumbling sometimes, but she's very very clear. Her pronunciation, her enunciation of the words and shit, it makes it so easy to listen.
Yeah, I
So I like
agree.
that.
Yeah, true. Like it's she got the flow, but most of the time, those rappers who got the flow, the lyrics are just lost. You just don't understand what they're saying. But hers are actually very clear with respect to the flow. You know,
Exactly. So with that in mind, how would you rate the lyrics from 1 to 10?
the lyrics could be a bit more creative, and especially in the first verse. But since the fact that in the second verse she went hard and they're understandable, I would give it a seven,
Yeah, me too.
a 7
I'm
7.5.
not
Yeah.
personally, I'm not judging the lyrics too much. I'm not judging them in a harsh way because, like I said, the song is supposed to be a vibe. It's just a vibe. It's something that you listen
Yeah,
to and
it's
enjoy.
not.
It's not something to think about, and it's not lyrical like I said, like Kendrick Lamar or Eminem, where he's just looking for bars and punchlines. It's not like that. So we can't really judge it that harshly. But for a vibe song, I would rate them 7.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So that brings us to the beat. What do you think about the beat?
The beat, oh my god, the beat is perfecto. It matches the vibe. I
Yeah,
love it. It's amazing.
it's fire, bro.
It's
Fuego. Really, really good. I fuck with it.
it's just, it gives you that energy just listening
Yeah.
to it.
And it has that, I think the beat has those hyper pop, like we said earlier, hyper pop vibes, like anime style vibes. When I listen to the beat alone and like close my eyes, it's like I see this anime edit with blue skies and just crazy effects and edits and just hyper pop
Yeah, yeah. I
aesthetics.
can visualize
That's
that as
exactly what I
well. Yeah.
visualize when I listen to the beat. And it has a really good bass. The 808, I fuck with that. I fuck with the bass. Everything. It hits hard.
Yeah. Big credits to the producer. He did a great job with the beat.
Yeah. Did a really, really good job. The beat, I would give it a 9. That's what I would rate it. Honestly, I fuck with it. I love it. It's really, really good. It's dope.
Rating the beat less than a 9 is a crime, to be
Yeah.
honest. I would rate it a 9 as well.
I
Yeah.
love it. And it bangs in the car. I listened to it in the car with the speakers turned up and it was shaking. That shit was moving. I love it. It
Damn.
kicks. It really slaps. So the beat is
I,
a
I'm a
9 for
vibe with
me.
it in the car.
Yeah, you do, and you let me know what you think.
Yeah.
So you rate the beat the same way that I did, right? 9 as well.
Yeah, yeah. We're agreeing on everything. We're going on the same side
Facts.
with this song.
And now I think we gotta rate the whole song. What do you think overall?
Out of 10, I would rate it an 8 out of 10. A solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It deserves it. Like it really deserves it. It's a really great song.
Yeah, I fuck with it too. Personally, I would rate it 8, but then I would give it a half just because she's Moroccan like me and just because she potentially is from the riff
Yeah, you gotta.
and she probably speaks the Amazigh language from that region, just like me. I'm not from the Rift,
Yeah,
but I do know the basics of the Amazigh language. Just for that alone, I would
that's
give it a
nice.
half.
Yeah,
So 8.5
yeah.
for you.
We'll let her answer that question if she's listening again as well.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. But overall, I fuck with the music, and I think as an artist, I think she's dope. She got her brand right. Everything is set up in a good way. So I would say like great job to her and her team because they're doing a really really good job, and we wish her the best of luck for the upcoming songs, and we would love to have her on or review her future songs and shit like that.
yeah,
Yeah, we
of
wish her
course we
luck.
would. Yeah, yeah, of course she's got potential, and we wish her the best for the future. Of course.
Exactly. So Dina, if you're listening to this, we wish you the best of luck. Moving on to another section. Since we mostly talk about sports, football, MMA, boxing, now we're going to talk about a very, very interesting upcoming boxing fight, which is Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. And my friend Samurai here, he's into boxing, he loves fights, but he's not, how can we say it? Can you describe it? I don't want to speak for you. Can you
Yeah, yeah.
describe your knowledge
Okay,
about
sure,
boxing?
sure. I'm just gonna say like, okay, so basically, I'm actually really interested in boxing, but
Yeah,
I'm not being able to keep up to date with it. So I've lost track, and I'm not that like I'm interested to know more, but I'm not that good at boxing, you know. So I'm improving
ex-
day by day and getting to know more about the sport because honestly, it's a really good sport.
yeah. It's like me with basketball. I love basketball. I know Steph Curry and LeBron James and Miami Heat and Philadelphia, whatever. I don't know, Bears, or whatever the name of that team is, in the Toronto Raptors, I guess. I know all of that,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
not
and the
up to
Raptors.
date. I'm not up to date with it. So I guess you are the same way with boxing, you know?
With boxing, yeah, I agree. Although it's very interesting, and I would like to know more and more about it, and that's something beneficial for me with this podcast because we're gonna be talking about it.
Yeah,
About this segment is gonna be available in every single episode, and that'll make me
yeah.
get closer to boxing. So yeah, that's something I'm excited for.
For this episode, we're gonna mainly talk about this fight because, bro, this is one of the biggest fights in boxing in recent history. In recent times, you got two guys who are undefeated. So
Wow,
Ryan Garcia, he never lost.
wow.
And
So
Gervonta Davis is also undefeated. He never lost. And they have some similarities between them. For example, Ryan Garcia, he can knock people out. He got a really high knockout ratio. He has he has 23 wins, 19 by knockout, and only 4 by decision. That's
wow,
Ryan. And Gervonta,
wow. That's a lot. That's a high
exactly, bro. It's a
percentage.
really high percentage. And Gervonta, he has 28 wins and 26 knockouts, and only 2 by decision. So these guys are knockout artists. They can just catch you and knock you the fuck out. They're that fucking good, bro.
I got interested in boxing at the right time.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
super hyped for this fight, just by the looks of it, just by the stats of it, and they're both undefeated. So one of them are going to be
Yeah,
defeated for
one
the
of them
first
is gonna
time.
lose his O, because 28 and O and 23 and O. One's O is gonna go
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. One O gotta go.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a draw. I think one of them is getting knocked the fuck out. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't have the
Yeah, yeah,
winner
I'm
yet,
sure.
but my prediction overall for the fight is somebody's gonna get knocked out. That's what I think. And a lot of people are picking Gervonta to win because he has the better technical skills. He's not just a knockout artist. He has technical skills too. He can box. He doesn't just brawl. He got skills. He can create angles. He has a decent defense. He can move in the ring. He's also very
Yeah,
patient. Like in the early rounds, he doesn't just get to it and start punching himself out. He got the skills. Now I think Ryan Garcia also has skills, but in my opinion, Gervonta has better skills. But Ryan Garcia, he has a lot of advantages in his arsenal. He has the height advantage because Gervonta Davis, he's 5'5". He's 5'5", bro. That's
one
very, very short. For a
66.
boxer,
Yeah,
like, in general, it's really short. I'm taller than him.
yeah,
So
that's true.
Ryan is very tall.
Ryan is 5'11". I just searched it. It's 5'11". He's 180 centimeters, 1.8 meters. Yeah, 180, 166, 14 centimeter advantage.
So Ryan got the height advantage, and some people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's boxing," but bro, it matters. It really does matter.
It does matter. The range, the
Yeah.
range. Ryan Garcia has the better range. Yeah.
But if I had to pick a winner, if we had to think about it logically, I would go for Gervonta, just for his skills, the better skills, and Also, he just looks ferocious. His power looks insane.
Yeah,
It looks
he looks
really
like he
insane.
doesn't give a fuck. He's going to the ring. If he's gonna die, he doesn't care. He's
So
just
logically speaking, I would go for him. But personally, I'm going for Ryan Garcia. I think he has a chance. And also, I hate the fact that people are disrespecting him. A lot of Gervonta fans, a lot of boxing fans in general, they hate Ryan Garcia for no reason. Like, he's just a kid
yeah,
that's working really hard, and he's a professional boxer, and he's undefeated, and he's trying to be better. He's trying something. He also made this fight happen at a very young age. He decided to fight Gervonta, one of the scariest boxers that not a lot of people want to fight. Some other boxers are ducking each other, like Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. They haven't even fought, and they're in their 30s. But these guys in their 20s and they're about to fight, I think they both deserve a lot of credit. And I think Ryan Garcia has a chance because of the height advantage,
yeah,
the speed, that left hook. People say, oh, the left hook is all he has, but it's effective. It works.
yeah. Anything that's effective will do.
And his speed is very, very underrated. And you know what I'm going to do to help you pick a winner? I'm going to send you videos of these guys and then you can watch them and just tell me about, just based on
That would
highlights.
be great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
just
great.
based on the highlights that you see, you tell me who do you think is going to win. How about that?
I agree. Let's go. Let me watch some clips and then I'll judge. And then with time in the future, I will be able to tell more and more because I would be more into boxing. I'm watching. Gervonta Davis is crazy, man. These knockouts.
He looks like he has bad
Damn.
intention, like he wants to kill somebody in that ring.
Yeah, I told you. I told you. Uh, you feel like he steps in this ring. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. And also he has skills. If you notice, he has skills too. So it's not just the knockout, but also the angles, the good
Yeah,
defense, work, the ring movement. He's good.
he gets a lot of hooks. He uses
He's
a lot of
good, bro.
hooks.
In his uppercut, wow. Bro, he got a nasty
Yeah,
uppercut.
I saw one knockout by the uppercut.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He knocked out a boxer called Santa Cruz with that uppercut, and it was brutal. Like, I thought he died. I thought the guy died. He dropped in a really brutal, ferocious way. It was brutal, bro.
Wow,
It was bad. I was concerned for the guy.
I really like him. I really like him. Like I like his style of boxing. His height doesn't matter. Like you could put his height aside depending on his like if you put his height aside and you depend on his skill and his aggression with his boxes with his punches, it's actually amazing.
You watched both of them. You watched the highlights that I sent you.
I watched the Gervonta Davis one when we just when there was nothing wrong, and then when you were trying to download the other stuff and when it was kind of lagging and like my voice wasn't working, I watched the Ryan Garcia one.
So, what did you think about them? Who impressed you the most out of both fighters?
To be honest, Gervonta Davis was more impressive to me, but Ryan Garcia is actually really really good as well, and like many people just like if you're saying many people disrespect him, that's really bad because he doesn't deserve that disrespect. He's actually really talented, and
Yeah,
he
they
also got that
disrespect
height
him for
advantage.
silly reasons. Like, oh, he's a YouTuber. So fucking
Damn,
what?
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like I see Gervonta winning this one, but like I don't have anything against Ryan Garcia. Like I could definitely I could definitely see him also winning. Like it's a tough fight because I watched the highlights and both of them have similar performances. Not similar performance, but similar results. Like they're very close in performance as in results, not as the way they fight, but as in results.
Yeah, I agree with you. They both just walk through people and beat the fuck out of
Yeah,
them.
they're both successful. Yeah, They're both very successful at boxing. But my final pick would go for Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Ryan Garcia has the height advantage, but I don't know. I see something in Gervonta that tells me he's just gonna go aggressive, full psycho mode, and just beat the fuck out of Ryan Garcia. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the logical pick. That's my logical pick. But for me, I'm going for Ryan, to be honest. You're going for Gervonta.
Yeah, I think this is the first time on the podcast we actually oppose each other.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna find out this Saturday because the fight is this Saturday. So we're
Damn,
gonna
man, can't
upload
wait.
this episode on Friday, which is tomorrow, Friday the
Yeah,
twenty
which is
first,
it's
and
being recorded on
Saturday's
the
the
20th.
fight. That's the fight
Yeah,
night.
so one day after the fight, one day
Exactly.
before the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, same. I got excited. It's going to be like the first boxing match I actually get interested in and really want to see who's going to win and watch some highlights and everything.
Yeah. Now, really, just hope that it's a good fight and it's not disappointing.
Yeah, like if it ends in a draw, that would be so lame.
Yeah. Or a unanimous decision or a split decision or some controversial pick.
Yeah, I would love to see a knockout in this
Exactly.
game. It would be
I think
amazing.
somebody is getting knocked the fuck out. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, because they're both aggressive, and as you said, they're both very successful with knockouts.
And you know what also feels like a knockout, but is not a knockout?
What?
It's when a girl doesn't like you. When a shorty doesn't really like you, it feels
Yeah.
like life has knocked you out.
Yeah, it's like a KO
Sometimes it can
punch and
feel
that's
like
it.
that. And that brings us to our other section, which is about dating. And can you tell people what the topic is going to be for this episode?
Yeah, sure. The topic for this episode is actually very interesting, and like I'm really excited to talk about the signs that men should know when a girl doesn't like you. Like why? How do you know when a girl isn't interested? She's just playing,
Exactly,
or
bro.
she just isn't interested at all.
Yeah, because a lot of guys have problems with this. A lot of men in
Yeah.
general cannot read the hints. And they just don't know when a girl blatantly doesn't fucking like them and they have to move on. But guess what they
Yeah.
do? They still try and think that they have a chance and that they just have to keep going and not give up. But bro, she just doesn't fucking like you. You have to move on.
Yeah,
Why? Because there are about 8 billion people on this earth.
Of
So the
course.
point is there's an abundance of people in this world. So if one person doesn't like you, you have to fucking move on. That's the fucking point.
Yeah,
And today
there's
we're
plenty.
gonna talk about the signs that a girl just doesn't like you. So don't waste your time and move on, bro.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You got to move on. But the problem is, many people don't know when to move on or when it's over. This section of the episode is going to help because it's going to give you some signs on why a girl doesn't like you, when a girl doesn't like you. Like what does she say? How are you supposed to know? This is how you're supposed to know. You got to listen to the podcast and listen to this section for you to know.
But we're gonna be giving hella tips, bro. A lot of tips. So if guys
Yeah.
follow what we say, their game is gonna improve tremendously. We're out here helping people, bro.
Yeah.
So
for
yeah,
real.
I think first of all, what they have to understand is that if a girl likes you, she will make it extremely clear, bro. It's gonna be obvious. You will know. You will get a feeling. What do you
Yeah,
think
of
about
course
that?
I
Has it ever happened to you that you just know that a girl likes you?
Yeah, man. Of course, you gotta know because she makes it very clear. Like she
Yes.
talks to you. For example, she cares. She replies back. That's all signs that she's interested.
And you just get this feeling like, bro, this girl likes me. So the point is, if she does like you, you're gonna know. So if you're even wondering if she likes you or not, she probably doesn't. Sorry, bro, but she probably doesn't. That's the
Yeah,
point.
yeah, I agree. Like it gotta be so clear to the point when you're doubtful, you're even a bit doubtful, then that's not it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then probably just doesn't like you.
yeah, because there won't be a reason for her to just not show that she likes you
Yeah.
when she
Or
does.
some guys are like, oh, she playing hard to get. Nah, bro, you're just hard to get rid of. She doesn't like you. She don't fuck with you, bro. She's
Yeah.
not playing hard to get. That's in the movies and the memes and shit. Oh, she playing hard to get. Man, sorry to break it to you, bro, but in real life, it's extremely rare for a girl that genuinely likes you to try to play hard to get. It just doesn't exist. Yeah, she could be taking things slow, yes, but you will still know that she likes you. But this whole playing hard to get, nah, man, she either is into somebody else and just entertaining you as a possible option if things don't work with her first guy, or she flat out just doesn't like you and she's just being
Yeah.
polite. Exactly, bro. So that's the intro. If you're a guy and you're wondering if she likes you or not, I'm sorry, bro, but she probably doesn't.
Yep. That's true. Like it's really obvious. It's gonna be really obvious if she likes you or not. If it's not obvious, if you're wondering, or then that's just not her. You gotta move on. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You'll definitely find the one for you. It's not just one girl in your whole life.
Absolutely, bro. So for the first sign, I'll start with the first sign and then you give us a sign that you like. We can discuss mine and then you
Yeah,
give us
sure.
one. The first sign
Yeah, sure.
is that this is very subtle. You can notice it, but sometimes it's very subtle. But it's when the girl doesn't ask you questions back. For example, you ask, "How was your day?" And she replies, "It was good." But she doesn't ask you
Yeah, I
about what
agree.
about you. She doesn't say, "Oh, what about you?"
Yeah, she doesn't say that. She's not interested. She's not interested in having a convo with you. She's just
Exactly.
replying to you.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just replying. She's not really engaging with you in the conversation, and she doesn't give a fuck about you, bro. If you ask somebody how are you and they just say good and don't ask about you, then they just don't give a fuck.
Then they don't give a fuck. Yeah, they don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about you because, like, I don't give a fuck. You're doing good. You're doing bad.
yeah.
I'm just telling you, I'm
And
good. You
maybe
fuck you.
sometimes it's more subtle than this. Maybe if you ask her about her day, she'll be polite and ask you back. But if it's something else, if you say, "Oh, who is your favorite football player?" She'll just reply with the name and not ask you, "What about you?" She'll just say Maguire, and that's it. And she probably is not gonna say that. No, nobody has Maguire as their favorite player. But anyway, she will not ask you about your opinion. It means she doesn't care. That's a huge sign that this girl just doesn't fuck with you, man. If
Yeah,
a girl likes you, she will be asking you questions. She will be the one asking you about your opinion because she wants to experience you and really know about you. She wants to get to know you. So if she doesn't ask you back, what about you? What about this? And just answers her part, that means she doesn't like you. What do you think, Sam?
yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, it's actually really accurate what you're saying because someone who cares about you and who loves you would just ask back. That's simple. Like, that's simple logic. Like, if someone cares about you, they would ask you how you're doing. They would try to open a conversation as well. Like some people, sometimes also another sign is like boys always open conversations. No, that's a myth. Like, girls sometimes open conversations as well, and they make their shot as well. They take their
Yeah,
shot as
they
well.
initiate convo too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if it's always you who's starting the convo, then it's not it. She's not interested.
Yeah, that's another sign. That's a good point that you have. If she never initiates convo,
Yeah,
that's also a sign that she just doesn't like you. Because if a girl likes you, she will try to find ways to start the conversation with you. She will reply to your story. She will say, "Oh, this reminded me of you." She will send you a reel, a meme, or a
yeah.
video or
The
something.
convo wouldn't die. Like, it would stay alive all the time, and like sometimes
But
you would
yeah,
talk
about
to her. Sometimes
starting
she
it,
would.
she would
Yeah,
start it.
she would start it at times as well. Yeah,
So if she never starts it, that means she just doesn't give a fuck about you, or she don't give a fuck.
yeah, yeah. It's not it.
Yeah, so that's a good point that you just made. That's a really good sign. My other sign, this one is my second, is that she leaves you on scene, and or she takes ridiculously long to answer.
To
Yeah,
reply. Yeah,
but the flat out disrespectful, clear sign that she doesn't like you is that she leaves you on scene. That's it.
yeah. Like, if she leaves you on scene, that means you know that that's it. Like, I don't care. Like, I saw your message and I don't
Yeah,
care.
and maybe she read it from the notification, but she made sure to click on it and she knows that you will know that she left it on scene, but she decided to do it anyway. That means she really doesn't fucking like you, bro. And all of those excuses
Yeah,
like,
man.
oh, my phone died, I fall asleep, I'm too
Yeah,
busy.
that this is just to make you feel better,
Yeah, she's
but
just being polite if you call her
there's
out
no,
and be like,
you
oh,
know,
what didn't you reply, queen? Why didn't you want to reply to your king? Hi, queen.
fucking simps, man.
Sims. And she's just gonna be polite and be like, "Oh, sorry, I fell asleep." But come on, man. She saw it and she decided logically decided to not reply to you. So if she leaves you on scene,
Yeah,
bro, she just doesn't give a fuck about you. She doesn't like you, and you gotta move on. What do you think, Sam?
yeah, I definitely agree. Like, if she leaves you on scene or just takes too long to reply, then that that means that you're not her priority, you know? And there's no such thing as I've been too busy, you know? Like, you've been too busy.
Yeah,
You don't have 10 seconds of your day to just reply and even tell me like I'm busy right now. I'll
exactly,
talk to you
bro.
later. That means that she's just not prioritizing
Yeah,
you. Like,
bro.
no, you're not her
Look,
priority. Then just, yeah, fuck off.
yeah. Look, man, no one is too busy. No one is too busy. We all have our phones glued to our hands all the
Yeah,
time.
at
Everybody,
least for
men and women.
like 3 hours a day, and
Yeah,
it
for
just takes
three
2 minutes to
hours.
reply. It takes 2 minutes to reply.
Yeah, when you finish work or like on your meal break, it takes less than 3 minutes. Oh, you best believe she has time to reply to Chad, the lawyer's son, or to Tyrone from the hood, or from the Sheikh from Dubai, the promoter from Dubai with the cologne who picked her up at the club. You best believe she replies to him. You best believe she's not too busy to
Yeah,
reply to him. But the little simp that's like, oh, queen, she's like, nah, I'll leave you on scene. She's not too busy, bro. You really have to move on if she leaves you on scene. So what's the other sign, Sam? What other sign
another
do you
sign
have?
is inconsistency. Like, when you know that one time she says she loves you, she cares, and then like 2 days later she just leaves you on scene and doesn't reply, and then 3 days later she hits you back. She says, "I'm sorry, blah blah blah, this is what happened." When she's
Yeah,
inconsistent, that means that she's just playing. Like, she doesn't want you out of her life, but she's not interested in you right now. Like, it's kind of like she's putting you
I
on the
agree.
waiting list. Like, she's putting you on hold. Wait a second, stay here, I'm with you, but I'm not all for you, you
Yeah,
know? So yeah, that's the sign that she's playing, or she's just
exactly, bro.
waiting
I
for
agree.
something to go wrong for you to be her spare tire, you know?
Exactly, man. I agree 100%. If this happens, this whole hot and cold behavior, she either just wants your attention when when Chad or Tyrone are not texting her back. So she just wants your little attention. And that's why she treats you nicely at that time and then switches up on you. Or she's keeping you as a backup, like you said, it's on the waiting list. If things go wrong with her main guy, maybe she'll give you a chance. Either way, it's not really worth your time, bro. It's not being an option B
Yeah,
is
man.
not really worth your time.
Yeah, man.
And my final sign that I have for you is when she flakes on you. So when you flake on someone, meaning that you agree to meet up, and then last minute she's like, "Oh, I can't come. Oh, I can't."
Yeah, last minute plans,
Yeah,
last minute
last minute
cancellations.
cancellation.
Nah.
I think that's a sign that she doesn't like you. Like, okay, maybe she has something. Maybe I don't know. It's whatever excuse she told you.
Yeah, maybe it's a
Yeah,
coincidence,
maybe it's a
but like one
coincidence.
time, two times, three times
Look,
coincidence? No
if
way.
if she
Like,
does it
even two
more, if
times,
she does
hard.
it more than one time, it's a clear sign. Look, if she
That's it.
does it once,
Yeah, yeah.
give her the benefit of the doubt. And don't be mad. Don't be like, oh, don't call her out. Don't be like, oh, you flaked on me, you canceled on me, it's not cool. No, don't be like that. Things happen. There are circumstances that happen. It's very likely that maybe it's true that she really just couldn't make it. But if she does that more than one time, bro, like I got one sign related to this flaking thing. One sign to know from the beginning if she's flaking just because something happened because of circumstances, or she's flaking because she doesn't like you. And the sign is when she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, we have to cancel, I can't really make it." Does she ask for another day? Does she offer
Yeah,
an
nice.
alternative day to make the plans? Does she, for example, say, "Oh, Sam, I'm sorry, I can't make it tomorrow, but how about Wednesday?" If she
Yeah.
says that,
Yeah, or even her not deciding, even her not deciding a day, saying that I'll talk to you tomorrow, for example, telling you what day. Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, that means she's interested
she
in
hits you
meeting
back.
again.
But like I said, if she offers you an alternative option to go wild, like, "Oh, how about Wednesday, how about Monday, how about this, does this work for you, what are your other days?" Like she's trying to set up another date, then guess what, she's definitely
Yeah,
interested.
then she's definitely
Maybe something
interested.
really happened and couldn't make it and she feels bad and she really wants to hang out with you. But if she doesn't offer you an alternative, bro, she's fucking lying. She doesn't give a fuck and she just canceled because she doesn't want to
Yep,
go out
that's it.
with you, bro. Yeah.
Especially if it's
It's
more than once.
even
Yeah,
in the first
yeah,
time, if she doesn't offer you an alternative, that means she just doesn't give a fuck about you. And maybe, maybe Tyrone called her and wanted to meet her at the same time, bro, that she wanted to meet you. And it's almost always the reason why they flake on you if they don't give a fuck about you. Is because the main guy that she's interested in
yeah,
asked her out as well. So it's a huge
yeah. I
sign.
agree.
I think this brings us to the end of this episode. We talked about football, we talked about boxing, we talked about the up and coming artist, Dina, and now we talked about the dating section.
We also talked about Dide and his music. Comment below. Who do you think Dide is before he actually reveals who he is when he hits 50K? Because I'm sure he's going to reach that 50K mark.
Exactly. He's gonna reach it very, very soon, and I'm really excited. So in the comments, I want y'all guys and girls, if girls are watching as well, to let us know who do you think D-Day is and who do you think is going to win the Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta match, because that's really interesting as well. And with that being said, so we'll see you next week. Hope that you take care, and I hope that you leave us a like, a comment, and a subscribe because we're going to be dropping consistently. Right, Sam?
Yeah, of course, we're consistent. We're going to work on the podcast on episodes every single week. There's at least there's one episode every single week, and we're going to be consistent. And hopefully, our fans who enjoyed this podcast are consistent with us as well. And hopefully, you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, we really hope that you enjoyed it, and see you next week. Thank you all so much. Bye.
Why you had to do me wrong? Now I'm weeping all alone. Shouldn't even came along. Dragged you way too long. Been on like on and on. Game off.